brighter days ahead for maybe some RFAs out there now that we have some concrete news to hang our hopes on. A couple of big RFAs out there. Matthew Barzal with the Islanders and Pierre-Luc Dubois with the Columbus Blue Jackets. What do you see there for the future, the short term for these guys?
Well, you know, now that we have some clarity and we have a start date to the season, obviously time is now going to get short for the negotiations with Barzal and the Islanders and Pierre-Luc Dubois with the Blue Jackets. It will be interesting to see terms because we saw Sergachev earlier in this offseason take a shorter-term deal. That made sense for him. It made sense for the team. They had cap issues. The Islanders have been able to clear some cap room with the retirement of Johnny Boychuk, so that plays into their thinking now. I think in a perfect world, maybe they would like to sign Matthew Barzal to a longer-term contract to have him locked in as they head towards the new arena at Belmont Park. However, with the cap considerations as they are, and for the player as well, maybe a shorter-term deal is better, and then you see where we are financially in the league and with the various teams down the road. So I'll be curious to see. The term is the thing I'm most interested in seeing with some of these guys, where in other years, we're in a normal circumstance, you'd like to lock up Matthew Barzal for several years. Maybe now it's better for both sides, really, to do a shorter-term deal and then go back at it at another point in time. But that'll be the thing I'll be looking for, is the term on the deals of those guys. And you mentioned, you know, Cirelli as well in Tampa Bay. They've got a couple of guys still that are important for them. Again, they're up against it, but maybe some cap relief now, at least in the short term, with Kucherov possibly going on LTIR. So we'll see.
Yeah. Like Elliot said, the dominoes could fall quickly here as far as the UFAs still out on the market. We saw Anthony Duclair signing with Florida, so that's one of the big names coming off this UFA board. But of the guys still out there, maybe Mike Hoffman, the biggest fish. Granlund, he talked about Vatanen, Carl Soderberg, Travis Hamonic, Eric Haula. Again, are you going to be more interested in seeing what that term is? Because it seems like for some of these guys, it's a lot shorter than we and maybe they expected ahead of this pandemic.
Yeah, they might be in a circumstance where they have to take a very short-term deal, maybe a one-year deal, and try to take a crack at, you know, having a big year, kind of like what Taylor Hall did, right? Taylor Hall was trying to reset the market for himself, so he went to Buffalo. He got a very nice deal on a one-year contract, but he'll have another crack at it when the season ends. If he plays very well in Buffalo, things start to change. The financial environment changes. All of a sudden, he may have reset the market to the better for him. I think some of these guys have to do the same. Mike Hoffman's an interesting one because he's kind of a one-dimensional player, but that one dimension is pretty important. He scores goals, and he can score from distance. He has a great shot. He's not a great 200-foot player. He's certainly not a guy used in a lot of different situations in the game, but you can definitely use him on the power play. And in this league, teams are always looking for guys that can score goals. But the market is such now that there are only so much money out there. There's only so many jobs. Where does he want to go? Does he want to try to win? Does he want to look for a fit for himself to try to do, as they say, like Taylor Hall, and reset the market? So he will be an interesting one for me because he's just an interesting player because what his one dimension is something that's really vital. You need to score goals in this league. So we will see what happens with Mike.